Arsenal will tail off if they don't sign anyone. Because teams have less respect for them, and you're seeing it. The proof's in the pudding. You're seeing it. They don't have that player that's scoring. Saka and Martinez dropped their numbers. Gabriel Jesus. We've always known he's not prolific. Again, they don't have that 8 that can cover for Zinchenko to cover that defensive deficiency. And I just think it will be us and City till the end again. So that's why I think Arsenal, they need to sign players. If they don't, they could be in a top 4 race come the end of the season, honestly. And that's
Roms? I agree with some of the stuff that you said there, but I couldn't disagree more with where you said opposition doesn't respect them. I actually think the opposition teams really respect Arsenal, and I think that's one of the reasons that they're struggling a little bit this more. If you see how teams are setting up against Arsenal this year,
that's what I memeant. They respect them even more this season. Sorry,
you didn't say that. That's right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Sorry, I meant last season they didn't respect them. This season,
because this is one of the issues that they've got is teams are respecting Arsenal more, and rightly so, because they're a good football team. And they're making it more difficult for Arsenal to play against them, as you would do when you play against more difficult football teams. But then combining that with the fact that Arteta's gone for this more control style. I've said all season, I thought Arsenal were a really, really good side last year. Every time they got the ball forward to the wingers, to Odegaard, you thought, oh my God, they're going to score. They get the ball forward now to like Saka and Martinelli, and you just think, what they did? Does anyone really think that they're going to score? Like, they just spam balls into the box. Odegaard does these weird quick turns and that. I think he's made it worse for them. This is why I said, for me, I think you should just get the ball forward to the wingers quicker, like they did last year. They're an exciting team to watch last year. Everyone liked watching Arsenal last year. No one likes watching them now. Boring team, and they don't score goals. So this is solely on the manager. It really is.
Yeah, I get the reaction from Arsenal. Some Arsenal fans, I do. But someone said to me the other day, what do you make of your Arsenal team now? Obviously, ironically. Yeah. So, well, they're basically where I said they'd be this year. I didn't predict them to win the league. I said I think they're in a title race and they're only 5 points off, but I think they'll finish second or third. And I said at the start of the season, I think this season is win-win for Arsenal. I think they've predominantly built a squad that can go on to win a league title. There's still some holes in it, no doubt. But you're either going to win it with Arteta or you're going to see that he just isn't the guy that's going to get you over that line. You remove him, you sign a better manager, and you go again at another level. That's why I don't, and maybe it's very easy for me to have this opinion because I'm not emotionally attached to the football club. The way I see fans every season, especially when their team's improving and getting better, they act like it's the season finale. You know how the world went crazy when Game of Thrones ended and they didn't like it? That's how people react every time something goes wrong for a few weeks for their football team. I get it if you're Chelsea right now. I get it if you're Man United right now because we're in the absolute pits and it's been going wrong consistently for a decade. But you just sort of think, if it doesn't quite work, you can be gutted, you can call for a manager's head. But I've heard like prominent gooners this week on big podcasts say things like, get rid of the manager, sell 90% of the squad, they start all over again from the beginning. And I just think to myself, you're gone. Your heads are gone. Your heads are gone. It's crazy to me the way they're just throwing the baby out with the bathwater when they're not far away, Arsenal.
They're not far Terry, away. We suffer from extremism. In every sense of the word, everything.
I don't think they're far away. I just think Arteta is not the one that can do it. I've said ever since I first come on here, I think he's a fraud. I stand by it. I don't think he's the manager that can get him over the line. It's as simple as that. And until
why such harsh words, Kate? Why fraud though? Why fraud?
It's the truth. It's the truth, though. It's the truth.
Why the word fraud? I don't get that.
I don't know about fraud, but what she's saying about getting over the line. There's more than enough evidence.
He's a manager of a massive club like Arsenal, and Arsenal fans once upon a time would have demanded better, and they don't. They accept it and defend him. And for me, he's a bang average manager. And I hope he stays with you forever because he hasn't got it as far as I'm concerned. But if you had a better manager in charge, you would have won. Like you're at the FA Cup now. It's another trophy you can't win this year. Do you know what I mean? How many chances is this guy going to get before Arsenal fans wake up and say, do you know what? He isn't good enough.
No, but do you know what? The reality is this, right? The reality is this. For me, like I'm not the delusional guy that just thinks everything he does is exceptional. The guys that are hyping up everything he does. I'm not that guy. But what I'm saying, I'm Arteta in. And I've said no matter what, he's got to the end of the season. The end of the season, he's got to prove the decisions he made in summer made sense. And he's got to get us that title because I wanted a trophy this season. If he doesn't get us something, he's got to go. Like as much as I'm backing him, I think he deserves to the end of the season. If he can't get it done, he's giving it a good go. Let's go and find someone else. But I don't think this is the time to start calling for his head just now. Let the season play out because there's a lot of points to play in the season. So let's see what happens, man.
You might as well want him gone already then, because you said you wanted trophy this season. You're not getting those trophies, so you might as well just say it a bit.
Hey, brother, I can't see the future, man. There's plenty of points to be played this season. So let's see what happens in January.
You win in the Champions League.
As much as I'd love to say I'm a fortune teller, and as much as I got the Chelsea project right this season done, I know that's why you're seeking positive answers from me. I don't know. There's plenty of football to play this season. Let's see, man. Let's see. Yeah. I got to bounce though, guys. Thanks very much for having me. I appreciate it, man. Have a good one, guys.
We've got some super chats here. Matt says Timber is back soon. The league isn't ready for us.
Wait, Terry, is that the Matt who I think it is?
That's Matt in the group chat.
Yes, it's Matt in the group chat.
It's Matty Matt. Yeah, it's Matt that messages all day, every day. That Matt. Yeah, it's
ITK Matt. It's ITK Matt. He knows everything.
It's man's killing my battery, Matt. That's what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? I've got to keep my phone on charge because it keeps. I'm only joking, Matty. Zubamendi bid. Arsenal need to listen. I'm only going by a report from Spain. There's been nothing concrete about that, but I wanted to get people's views on it. The curse of Eva. How do you pronounce her name? She's a doctor, right?
Pinero, yeah.
Pinero, yeah.
What did she do?
Remember, she came on the pitch, and then Mourinho started.
Jose abused her, and ever since then, yeah.
But what is the curse? What's the curse?
I don't know. She can come curse me, mate.
She
can come curse me, brother. Do you know what I mean? Doctor, I got a temperature. Come help me. I just need medical attention. Zuba, a little better than J20. Do people actually watch anything other than the Prem? He can play both 6 and 8. Exactly what we need at left centre midfield. True Xhaka upgrade. Thank you very, very much there.
I don't think any of us said that. I think that was just the comments. I don't think any of us said that.
The squad here gifted 10 memberships out. I know that Staffy got one. I saw that Staffy got one. So big up. There you go, mate. A free membership for a month for you. So you use it well, my friend. Zubamendi, exactly the profile Arsenal need at left centre midfield. The balls on these knobs dishing a player with 19 GA this season when apparently he is struggling. Obviously talking about the balls on these knobs, calling you knobs, saying you've all got big balls because Saka's had a good season. Leave him alone. Is what Biz.
I got to call him out on that, bro. Because listen, I don't think. I know. Obviously, because I'd want to defend my players, you want to defend your players. But here's the thing: just because a player's got G&A, don't mean they're playing well. Yeah, and I don't think you're doing Saka justice by saying that he's playing really, really well. But just because he's got 19 GNA, I think actually, if you want to push your player to the absolute world-class position, what you should be saying is he's done fantastically well to get 19 GNA, but he's underperformed. We need him to perform at a better level. I know you're trying to protect your player. I get that. I do that with my player, but I actually don't think that is helping the situation because you need to call out when a player's underperforming. Facts.
You can't say anything bad about Saka. You can't criticize him at all.
Listen, I think his output has been good, but the performances, especially in the last 3 or 4 games, have not been good enough. And I think, again, this is the balance that fans need to generate. There needs to be enough balance of support and encouragement versus criticism. And just take a look at Liverpool fans have got it so right recently. When their team's always under, this is why I've changed my tact with Liverpool from a team that I think was leaking too many attacks and that would stop them winning to a team that can persevere and get through it because between them, their manager and their fans, they're able to persevere through the adversity and get through it. And it's because their fans are behind them. So get behind Saka, but when he needs criticism, give it to him. Get that balance right. It's just normal for me.